the bold and the beautiful. What if Hope Logan says an no to Liam's proposal? The plot twist that could redefine everything. Introduction: the calm before the soap storm. 4 weeks now, the bold and the beautiful has been building toward a supposedly feel-good reunion between Hope Logan, Annika Noel, and Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. The classic soap setup, complete with family meddling, emotional speeches, and nostalgic flashbacks, is sure to warm hearts. But if you've been watching daytime television for any length of time, you know that when everything looks too perfect, it usually is. The October 24th episode was a prime example of a classic soap opera setup. Every single person in Hope and Liam's orbit, Bill, Katie, Will, Brooke, and Deacon, spent their screen time doing one thing: pushing these two back together. The entire hour was one giant love ambush. But here's where things get intriguing. What if Hope doesn't follow the script? What if, instead of falling back into Liam's arms, she does something unexpected, something radical for her character, and says no? Because, let's be honest, that would be the twist the bold and the beautiful desperately needs right now. Hope Logan, standing tall, refuses to be anyone's fallback plan. Act 1. The setup that feels too perfect. Soap operas love symmetry. The October 24th episode played like a perfectly choreographed dance, one where every move seemed too carefully arranged to be genuine. On one side, we had Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and young Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, telling Liam to fight for Hope. Bill delivered his signature "Spencer men fight for what they want" speech, a blend of testosterone and fatherly pride. Katie, ever the voice of emotional logic, reassured Liam that Hope was ready to find her way back to herself and you. Meanwhile, across town, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, and Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, were doing the same with Hope. Brooke, always nostalgic for her daughter's love story, said that something was missing in Hope's life, or someone Liam. Deacon chimed in with fatherly encouragement. "Don't let Liam get away again." The final scene sealed the deal. Bill hyping Liam up on one side of Los Angeles, Brooke doing the same with Hope on the other. The camera cut between them, like two halves of a puzzle about to click together. Everything about it screamed happy reunion. This, according to the logic of soap operas, almost certainly indicates a trap. When soap operas go too smoothly, there's an unwritten rule in the soap universe. The more perfect the setup, the harder the fall. Whenever a storyline starts looking too easy, too linear, you can practically hear the writers sharpening their knives off-screen. This is their method of keeping the audience engaged and engaged. Remember Ridge and Brooke's forever wedding in Italy? Or Steffi's final goodbye to Finn before he came back from the dead? Nothing is ever final in this world. That's why the current Hope and Liam setup feels suspicious. Everything is being tied up with a bow, and that alone is reason to believe the bow will be ripped apart. The show is setting viewers up to expect a reunion. But what if the true twist is that Hope deciphers the charade and instead chooses her path? Act 2. Hope Logan's evolution, from innocence to independence. For years, Hope Logan has been painted as the moral compass of the bold and the beautiful, gentle, forgiving, and idealistic. Hope Logan is a girl who firmly believes in love stories, redemption, and happy endings. But over the past year, we've seen cracks in that image. Her affair with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, served as a profound awakening. It wasn't just about lust or rebellion. It was about self-discovery. Hope was tired of always doing what others expected of her. Tired of being the good girl who forgives and forgets while men make the same mistakes over and over. When she told Brooke she'd had her heart broken a few times and wasn't interested in having it shattered again, it was one of the most honest lines she's ever spoken. That's not the voice of a woman ready to go backward. That's the voice of someone learning what self-worth really means. She can love Liam, yes, but love doesn't always mean partnership. Occasionally it means closure. Act 3. Liam Spencer, the eternal flip-flopper. Act 3. Liam Spencer, the eternal flip-flopper, he's the human embodiment of the phrase, "The grass is always greener." For over a decade, viewers have witnessed him oscillate between Hope and Steffi, akin to a man caught in an emotional roller coaster. At one moment, he is pledging eternal hope. The next, he is in Steffi's bed due to a misinterpreted observation. Then, when Steffi moves on, he comes crawling back to Hope, teary-eyed and full of remorse. It's exhausting. Now, suddenly, after a near-death experience, Liam is enlightened. He's had an epiphany that Hope and Beth are his world. Touching, sure, but where was this clarity before? Why does it always take trauma for Liam to realize what he has? If Hope has finally grown tired of this merry-go-round, no one could blame her. Act 4. The pressure campaign that could backfire. Everyone means well, Bill, Katie, Brooke, and Deacon. But their relentless pushing might be doing more harm than good. Think about it. When your entire family, plus your ex's family, starts campaigning for you to reunite, it stops feeling romantic and starts feeling coercive. Hope is being cornered into a decision that's supposed to feel organic. When everyone tells you who you should love, sometimes the only act of rebellion left is to say, no. If the spoilers are true and Liam proposes soon, the moment will be drenched in expectation. Everyone will be waiting for Hope's teary-eyed yes. But what if that's the moment she takes back control? What if, instead of smiling through it, she realizes that her happiness doesn't have to look like everyone else's version of perfect? Act 5. The proposal twist. Spoilers are not always what they seem. Reports say Liam will propose, and that Hope looks elated, responding with a resounding yes. However, seasoned viewers understand the importance of not blindly accepting spoilers. Sign language can be tricky. Elated might describe Hope's initial reaction to the proposal, the nostalgia, the love, the emotion. But that doesn't guarantee she'll follow through with acceptance. Imagine the scene. Liam down on one knee, pouring his heart out, surrounded by romantic music and family approval. Hope's eyes well up. For a brief moment, it looks like she's about to say yes. Then she hesitates. She flashes back to all the betrayals, the tears, the late-night confessions from Steffi, and the times Liam made promises he couldn't keep. And then she says, quietly but firmly, no. Cue the shockwaves. Act 6. The fallout. Reactions across Los Angeles. If Hope rejects Liam's proposal, the fallout would ripple through every major family on the canvas. Bill Spencer, outraged. He spent the past week delivering motivational speeches about Spencer's strength. Watching his son get rejected would bruise his ego as much as Liam's. Expect him to confront Hope or Deacon about it. Katie Logan, torn. Katie loves Hope like family, but might secretly agree that Hope did the right thing. Brooke Logan, heartbroken. Brooke has been one of the biggest cheerleaders for this reunion. She'd likely see Hope's rejection as a mistake, and possibly blame Deacon for influencing her. Deacon Sharp, conflicted. He might understand Hope's reasoning, but he fears that she is alienating the people who love her. Liam Spencer, devastated. The man who always assumed he'd have a second or fifth chance with Hope would be forced to face a brutal truth. She's moved on emotionally, even if he hasn't. And let's not forget Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood. Her reaction would be fascinating. On one hand, she might feel vindicated, proof that Hope finally sees Liam's flaws. On the other, it could stir her memories of being Liam's second choice. The drama potential here is immense. Act 7. Hope's self-discovery and the power of no. A rejection wouldn't just be a rejection, it would be Hope reclaiming her identity. For years, she's been defined by her relationships. First with Liam, then with Thomas, then again with Liam. Saying no would be her first truly independent decision in a long time. It would also signal emotional maturity. Hope has learned that love isn't about clinging to old versions of happiness, it's about evolving. Maybe she'll take time to focus on her career, her daughter, or her own emotional healing. Maybe she'll even rediscover herself outside the context of romance altogether. It's a narrative shift. The bold and the beautiful desperately needs a strong female lead who doesn't equate love with salvation. Act 8. Exploring life after rejection. If Hope turns down Liam, several narrative paths open up for the show. 1. Hope's solo arc. We could finally see Hope as a single woman navigating her independence, balancing work, motherhood, and identity without a man defining her storyline. 2. Liam's breakdown. The rejection could push Liam into a period of introspection or self-destruction. Maybe he'll realize just how much damage he's done with his indecision. 3. A new love interest. Hope might meet someone new, someone entirely outside the Hope-Liam-Steffi triangle. A fresh face could rejuvenate her arc and the show itself. 4. Thomas's return to the picture. Her rejection of Liam might reignite something unresolved with Thomas. Their past connection, controversial as it was, showed chemistry and depth. 5. Brooke and Deacon conflict. Hope's independence could spark tension between her parents, especially if Brooke blames Deacon for encouraging Hope to think differently. Any of these paths would breathe new life into the series. Act 9. Hope deserves better. At its core, this theory isn't about villainizing Liam. It's about celebrating Hope's growth. Hope has always been portrayed as a woman of compassion, grace, and moral strength. But compassion shouldn't mean complacency. She spent too long forgiving the same man for the same mistakes. Saying no doesn't erase her love for Liam. It honors the lessons she's learned. It acknowledges that love alone isn't enough when trust and consistency are missing. Hope deserves a love that's steady, reciprocal, and mature, not one that depends on tragedy to rekindle itself. Conclusion: a twist worth hoping for. If the bold and the beautiful truly wants to surprise its audience, Hope Logan's No would be the perfect twist. It would honor her emotional evolution, subvert the tired reunion trope, and set off months of character-driven fallout. It would shock Bill, devastate Liam, and, most importantly, remind viewers that Hope is no longer the naive girl waiting for someone else's promise. She's a woman who finally knows her worth.